guys are the future. You're the future for Virginia Beach. We talked about who's going to be the next astronaut.
So we're out here today because of this program called STEM and the importance of it. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. It's definitely, it's very important. And the world is, for us, we just, Leland and I and NASA, and from one hand to another, we just felt like it's very important to impress upon you guys how the world is changing.
It only just fades, little bruh. But can't hide your glow, little bruh.
I think TV and media is a good medium altogether, but that's not what we need. What we need is our government to get really involved and appease the curiosity of the youth. Because ultimately, if you're not curious about something, you're more than likely not going to learn it. And even if you're exposed to it, you won't retain it because there's no level of importance that's placed on it. I just feel like there needs to be programs that are strictly about like promoting objectivity and on the other side to praise curiosity. They say that this part of the universe that we're in is actually on the boondocks, out in the boondocks of the Milky Way. It's not even the biggest concentration of like clusters and galaxies. And this one little part that we're in right now isn't even a trillionth of what exists. And let's just assume that it's only a trillion and not a trillionth. That's 9 trillion chances or potentials for there to be life. And they're already, and in our own solar system, they're not saying that they're actually, beings of intelligence, but there's bacteria, and bacteria lives. Whenever I'm doing interviews and I start talking about like aliens or whatever, he just immediately detours and goes, let's just go back to the importance.
No, but that's important too, because that's the part about where you get the kids thinking about the future and what's out there. And so if you talk about this 1 trillionth of 1 trillionth of 1 trillion, what are the possibilities? But besides, but when you get back to how do we get these kids motivated and inspired to be those scientists and engineers and the creative visionaries of the future, you've got to give them inspiration and creativity. So we're doing things like with, Pharrell's mom, from one hand to another, we're helping give them hands-on things that they can do to be motivated and inspired to see themselves building the future robots, building the future spaceships, so that we can then go investigate that bacteria and see those trillionth and trillionth galaxies. Exactly. But it takes a team. I mean, that's one of the things we're doing here with NASA and with Pharrell and with One Hand. We work together as a team, as a community, to help change the minds of the kids so they can see themselves being whatever they want to be. We were just talking about, I was just talking to Mimi about how, sharing links so that, Kidult inspires with creativity, with current events, with what's going on, to get from a kid to an adult. And NASA has web pages similar that show kids on how to become a scientist and engineer, or whatever they want to do with their lives. So I see a potential collaboration there with us sharing our links and working together.
It takes one to know one, bruh. So here's one to grow one, bruh. Yeah.